wealthy man. My ex-wife left me some stock in various companies. The stock has increased in value somewhat. Somewhat? The bank man said, arching an eyebrow and smiling. That is an understatement, Mr. Morgan. I guess it is. Do you know how much you are worth? I have a general idea. I have people who take care of that for me. Yes, the banker said dryly. The most prestigious law firms in San Francisco and Denver. He sighed. What can I do for you, sir? Frank pushed a piece of paper across the desk. I want a couple of bank drafts in those amounts and $1,000 in cash. The banker glanced at the amounts written on the paper. That will be no problem at all. I'll pick them up sometime tomorrow. At your convenience, sir. Mr. Morgan? Frank looked at him. May I say something of a personal nature? Go ahead. Your son, Conrad Browning, is becoming quite the entrepreneur. He's branching out in all directions. Were you aware of that? No, Frank said. My son does not much care for me. We are not close and never correspond. I see. I heard as much. I'm sorry. No need to be. He has his life, I have mine. Mr. Morgan, forgive me for becoming personal, but I have to ask, what kind of life do you have? What do you mean? You drift, sir. You don't have a home that I am aware of. You just, well, wander. Frank smiled. I enjoy wandering, seeing the country. I've done it for years. Frank pushed back his chair and stood up. I'll pick up the bank drafts tomorrow. Thank you, sir. He walked out of the office. Excuse me, Mr. Spencer, a man said from the open doorway, seconds after Frank had exited. Yes, Blanchard. Was that Frank Morgan, the gunfighter? Yes, it was. What did he want? A loan? Spencer laughed and shook his head. Not hardly, Blanchard. He was arranging for some bank drafts. And you honored the request? Spencer waved the man to a chair. Blanchard, you're fresh from the East, new to the West, so learn this now. Don't judge a man by the clothes he wears or the rumors you might have heard about him. Frank Morgan is a very wealthy man. He owns stock in factories, gold mines, railroads, and numerous other businesses. I didn't know, sir. Now you do. Close the door on your way out. Frank walked down the street until he came to a saloon. But the place was filled with fancy men in suits and high collars and polished shoes. Not a pair of boots in the place. Frank walked on until he found a cantina on a side street. He stepped inside and stood for a moment, letting his eyes adjust to the sudden dimness. When he started his walk to a table in the rear of the cantina, the patrons fell silent. Frank didn't fool himself. Everyone in the place knew who he was. Every eye was on him. Only when he was seated did the buzz of conversation resume. A man came to his table and said, Senor? Beer, Frank said, and something to eat. Beans and tortillas? That'll be fine. Frank sat, sipping his cool beer, waiting for his food to arrive. He was conscious of the furtive glances he received from many of the men in the saloon. It didn't bother him. He was used to it. He was also sure that sooner or later someone in the place would approach him, hopefully for conversation and not gunplay. Frank had eaten only a few bites of food when he heard a chair being pushed back not far from where he was seated. Boots clumped across the floor, and the man stopped in front of Frank's table. You're Frank Morgan, ain't you? The question was tossed at him. That's right. You got a lot of nerve, showing your face around here. Why is that? You killed my brother, that's why. Frank sighed and laid down his spoon. What was your brother's name? Jim Elgart. I never heard of him. Now go away. You killed him, damn you! Just one time, Frank thought, if I could spend a few days in some town without being confronted by someone. Where am I supposed to...